Hi.
Who's this? What the?
Pho.
So
Pho. It's pho.
it's pho. I'm gonna get banned.
What are we doing now? Where are you taking me?
We're gonna go film and then we're gonna get to know what the pho. What the pho.
Okay, let's go.
So I'm out here with what the pho.
We're gonna go have bún bò Huế, right?
Bún bò Huế.
Okay, here.
Yep.
Nice. And then Peter is gonna show me bún bò khô today.
Đông nhỉ?
Should we say
Ngồi đây.
Oh, there's a dog. It blended with a chair. I didn't even see it.
It's a really cute dog. So she's asking. I would have like asked him.
Lùn quá với tôi. À chưa cầm.
Do I have to like sit and face?
I'm Vietnamese, but I'm just very hot all the time.
So this is bún bò khô.
Oh my god, it
the
looks
dry version of
beautiful.
bún bò.
What?
Oh, right. So usually have bún
Yes.
bò the soup, but this is like the dry version.
It smells spicy. And it looks
Can
like
you eat
spaghetti.
spicy? Can you eat
I
spicy?
can. I love
Okay.
spicy food. Okay, I'm gonna have this, a little bit noodles
Okay.
with beef. Okay? And then after that, have some basil. And I think that's it, right?
Yep.
Just, okay. Mm. Pretty good.
It's different.
It's spicy. Yeah, you
Okay.
can smell the lemongrass now.
Okay. We're here.
Hi,
Hello.
nice to meet you.
Likewise. I've been watching you for a while.
Thank you. I've been watching you for,
A couple months.
nearly a year.
A year? You know of me?
Nearly. I don't know, like I moved back to Vietnam too, and then you had similar stories, and then a couple of my friends mentioned about you, so I checked your videos out, and I think those look very cool.
What made you start YouTube? Like, what were you doing before?
So I was working in the US for 2 years as a marketing manager, and then after that I didn't like the corporate job
Yeah.
that much, so that's why I quit my job. It was during COVID, so I moved back to Vietnam during the COVID time 5 years ago. And then I had to quarantine in a military camp in Vietnam for 2 weeks. And after that, I just took out my iPhone 8 to film everything, the meals that I had and the sports that I play in the military camp. And after that, people just had very interesting reactions to my videos. And then they told me to post more videos about my life in Vietnam. So that's why I started my YouTube channel.
Let's break it down a little even more.
Sure.
Because we talked off camera. The minute the camera turns on, I sense the what the pho. I sense the
I know.
the posh, the.
Unlike you, when I'm in front of the camera, I'm more awkward than in real
I'm more
life.
chill. I feel like this is more my
See?
zone. Let's talk more about your upbringing. You're Vietnamese, of course, right?
Yes.
Where's home?
I was born and raised in Hanoi.
Hanoian.
Yeah, Hanoian.
And did you grow up like a typical Vietnamese, like you want to go abroad, or did you want to stay in Vietnam?
Right. So I went to public schools in Vietnam. And then I think when I turned 16, I got into a public school in Hanoi. It was a very well-known school. That's why they had enough money to hire an international teacher. He's from the US. And unlike other traditional teachers, I saw him very differently. So he was very open-minded, very assertive, and he brought like the whole new culture to the class. So that's why I was very curious to know more about the US. Yeah, so at the age of 17, I was like studying English for like a year. Yeah, I didn't like really know English before. So I studied for a year and then passed the test and then decided to go to US, go to a high school there and play softball. And then after that, went to college.
Were your intentions to just stay abroad?
At first I thought I was about to stay in the US because I had very good impression about the US. Everything was very big. Everyone was very open-minded. I love that people can express their feelings. Yeah, basically people are very open-minded.
You don't talk about your parents a lot on your channel, do you? Your family?
My family? No, not really.
Were
I talk
they-
about my mom a lot because my mom was like my biggest supporter. So
How did she feel when you went to the States? You're like, mẹ, con sẽ đi du học.
mẹ không có cho. She didn't allow me to because I was so young. I was like 17, and
So-
I'm a girl too. So like she was worried that like I have to deal with a lot of struggles, yeah, like challenges in the U.S. So
So-
she didn't allow me to.
But then you went, so how?
I know. And then back then we didn't have a lot of money. So I went for like with a scholarship, both high school and college. And I promised them that like, hey, like I'm going to work it out. We were going to work it out together. And then after that they were like, no, I don't think so. But I don't know. I don't know why. Like when I was 17, I was like, I just had that intuition in mind that like, hey, I have to go to the U.S. Yeah, so
Do you
that's
think
how
it
it
was from the
happened.
teacher, or was it from being exposed to more Western culture?
I went to public schools in Vietnam, so the way I was being taught was like very different from what I have learned in the U.S. So that's why it just opened up my curiosity, and that's the reason why I just wanted to go and stay and learn, keep learning. Yeah.
So then you go to 17 high school. You finished
Yes.
high school
I did.
in the States.
Yes.
So you were like that new Vietnamese kid in like a bunch of like Western, like U.S., like American people.
Yes.
How was that? What, like, I want to get you like, do you remember the first culture shock thing? We're like, wait, this is not, this is very American. I don't feel like, did you feel like you blended in right away?
No, not really. But luckily, like people at my school were very, very friendly. Because I was the only Vietnamese girl. Yeah, at that high school. And then I went to school with other like 5, 6 Vietnamese boys. They were like super young. They were 14. Yeah, and I was 17. So I was the only Vietnamese big sister, yeah, for the whole family. But then I think the first culture shock was like going to prom. Yeah, you watch High School Musical and stuff like that, right? But it was like that, to be honest. I just never went to prom. So when I had that experience in the US, I was like, wow, like I couldn't imagine I could be a princess for one day. And do you want to hear my story about how I got asked to go to prom?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was a very introverted kid. I still am.
Me too.
Yeah. So basically, I went to school, did my homework, stay at the office hour to ask my math teacher extra questions, like super Asian, because back then I just knew that I just had to work hard, yeah, to get the scholarship and stuff like that. So I didn't talk to anyone, and then like my friends were, my English was not very good, so I was very shy to talk to people.
Wow, so you're
Yeah,
counselor
so-
like Maya.
Yeah, my international
Matchmaking.
counselor.
Wow.
Yeah, matchmake me with the football quarterback, right? Yeah, he was super hot. But I didn't know, right? I was in my class, and then the international counselor called me from the telecom, like, hey, Vanessa, my English name is Vanessa.
Wow.
Vanessa, we need to see you at the office. And I was like, oh my gosh, am I getting into trouble? And then I packed everything. I went to my locker and to put everything in my locker first before going to the office. And then after that, when I walked down to the hallway, I saw like everyone was like surrounding around my locker. And I was like, oh, excuse me, may I go in? And then after that, I opened up my locker and I saw like a lot of notes, like prom question mark.
Wow.
And then, do you want to go to prom with me? Will you be my prom date? Blah, blah, blah. And I closed that. I thought it was not my locker.
Like, oh, no, wrong one.
No, I thought I got the wrong one. And then after that, I saw that guy.
Yeah.
And then he was like, will you go to prom with me? And then I was just like froze. I was like, maybe. I didn't know what to answer. And then everyone was like having their camera like ready to film. And I got scared. I was like, maybe. And then he gave me flowers and he gave me like a teddy bear. It was like super cute. And I was like, just nodding.
Yes.
I didn't know what to say. And then everyone was like clapping their hands and then like filming. Yeah, and then after that, I got asked to prom. And then it was like one of the best prom dates I have ever had.
Wow.
Yeah.
You still keep in touch?
No, he had a wife now.
How do you know?
Because we have Facebook. Well, we don't keep in touch. Like, we don't talk.
Wow. So going to prom was like pretty much your culture reverse things like, wow, this is so different.
Yeah, yeah.
So then you went to university or college in the
Yes,
States.
college in the state.
How was that experience?
Uh, I never went to college in Vietnam, so I couldn't compare. But like going to college in the US was quite tough for me. Yeah, because back then my English was not still
Your English is amazing.
good. Thank you. Because I only went to high school for 2 years, and then after that I went to college. So I feel like the workload was quite heavy for me. But then I loved it because I could study by myself, and then I was more independent at that time. I think it was the best decision for me, one of the best decisions for me to go to the US, because if I still stay at home, I don't think I can be the woman who I become today. Yeah.
What were some of the hardest things about being in America?
Hardest things.
Yeah.
I think I'm missing home. I didn't have that experience like for the first 3 to 4 years until like really when COVID happened, and then when everyone was losing their jobs and I was on the edge of losing my job. But then like I decided to give up. Not give up, like kind of like I don't think it's the right path for me. Yeah, so that's why I made a decision to move back. And at that time, I was like very grateful that I have like a backup plan to go back to Vietnam and start over again.
What were your parents, your mom's decision where it's like 3-4 years? Did you tell them like I'm making it, I'm here in America, I'm gonna stay?
I was very determined. Yes, I was like, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna make you proud. But then it was my goal at that time when I was like 20, 21. Of course, I didn't have a job back then yet. So I was seeing things like super pink, yeah, like very ideal. But then when I got into real life, I was like, I think there will be more besides work. Yeah, like family, love lives, and pursue the meaning of life and stuff.
Dating. What was your mom's thinking when you're like, mẹ con sẽ về Việt Nam?
My mom was shocked at first. Yeah, because I feel like I made a promise. So now I learned a lesson that not gonna promise anything if I am not able to do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing it, and then if I think I can do it, I'm just gonna say it, not to promise. But she was shocked, but then she was like very supportive. She was like, cứ về nhà đi con, có bố mẹ ở đây rồi.
Wow, your mom and dad here support
yeah,
you.
they were very, very supportive. Even when I did my YouTube channel, at first they didn't support me because they thought that I graduated from the US, had like 2 degrees, not relating to YouTube at all. A little bit, like marketing does relate to YouTube. But then they still have that like saving face culture that like, con về nhà mà con không có làm công việc đàng hoàng á. Yeah, it's like for them, YouTube is unstable and it's not a real job. Yeah, so that's why I had to like fight back a lot until the point that I understand their point of view, and then I would just keep doing what I'm doing because that's what I'm pursuing and that's what I'm very passionate about. Yeah.
But who was your support system when you started doing YouTube?
Just me. Yeah, like
Never
for the
feel
first
lonely?
2 years. For the first 2 years. Yes, of
To
course.
not have your family support, being like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know. So when I moved back, I made a pact to my parents that I'm gonna stay at your place for 6 months. I'm gonna use my saving money to do what I think is gonna bring me a lot more money and meaning to my life. So I promised them that I'm gonna stay there for 6 months, just eat their food and rely on them for 6 months. But then after that, if I don't make money and don't make this as a stable job, I'm gonna do whatever they want. Yeah, be a 9-to-5 girl, get married, and just make them happy. But then like after that, only 3 months I made money from YouTube.
Can you share?
I'm sorry?
Can you share how much?
Yeah, like it was little. I think like it was 200 US dollars. Yeah, so like it was not too bad. Yeah, and then I immediately reinvested that money into like buying equipment and then really increase my video quality. Yeah, and then after that, I was just like focusing on what I believe. And then I realized that my parents stopped asking questions. They were just showing support. They were like, oh, okay, like, do you need me reach out to this hotel so you can like stay in Da Nang? Because they know like my upcoming trip is in Da Nang, for example. Or like, oh, I found this new mic. Maybe you should check it out and stuff like that.
What do you think changed?
Because my determination,
They saw
my
it.
hard work. Yeah, because at first I fought back. I was like, no, you have to believe me. It's a real job. I can make money and stuff. I shut up. I was just doing what I'm doing. Yeah, and then they saw that I was happier and I made money. I gave them money. Yeah, so they're like, oh, okay.
That's how you do it, guys.
Yeah, you prove it. And then your parents love you because I think the reason why they didn't want me to do YouTube was because they thought I'm a girl. So like this job it's more like heavy lifting. You have to deal with the weather and you have to
How old are your parents? Your
work
mom?
very hard. 50, yeah, 60, yeah, 54 now. Yeah. And they
Still
want
really
me to be
young.
stable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And fast forward the 6 months, you're still doing this for 5 years.
Yes.
So very successful.
I wouldn't say very successful. It's just like something that I create value for people and people are still supporting me. So I'm very grateful.
Here nowadays, the younger generation is always like, especially local KOL, I want to be an influencer, I want to be like this. But you're out here crushing it.
A lot of people wanted to be YouTubers
Yeah.
because now you ask kids,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? Content creators. I'm going to be my own boss. And then I think social media did affect people a lot, especially during COVID. It's like, oh, I'm going to quit my job. I want to be my own boss. But this job is like you're quitting your 9-to-5 job to work like 24/7, basically. Yeah. And then like the reality was not what people expected. You have to truly love what you do to keep it going. Yeah. And then you don't pay attention to other people's criticisms unless it's like a constructive.
Speaking of criticism,
Yeah.
you probably have like millions of reach, 5 years.
Mhm.
Do you get a lot of hate?
Not really, luckily.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just don't pay attention to the hate. It's like, oh, showing off. You should study in the US for 7 years. Your English is not that good. Why are you speaking English in your channel even though you're Vietnamese? So I made that video. Yeah, I did a whole video talking about why I speak English on my channel. Yeah, in Vietnamese. You should check it out. It's quite funny. And I think it was like truly presenting like my authentic self. Yeah, because I don't give a shit. Yeah, so after that, it was like so funny that my haters became my fans.
Wow.
Yeah, and for other hate comments, if they don't like, if they're not constructive comments, I don't really care. But if it's like about my work, so for example, there was a time that I kind of changed my production process a little. My videos was very polished. But then my audience didn't like that. They were like, oh, it's too professional, it's too polished. We want to see real you. Even though I pay more money to hire more people and spend more time to make higher quality videos. But then my audience didn't like that. And I was a little bit sad. But then I read one comment was that, Vân, I know that you pour a lot of hard work into your videos, but you're losing your authentic self. And I'm a loyal fan to you and I want you to change. I don't see you in these videos. Yeah, so that's why I changed. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm losing myself a little. So now I'm gonna go back to my authentic self. Yeah. So those comments I listen. Yeah, but hate comments like, oh, your English sucks, or you're not beautiful, you have a pimple on your face. I don't give a shit.
What's one thing people watching you wouldn't know about you?
A lot.
A lot?
A lot.
Like what? Like what?
Do we have like 3 hours? I'm kidding. But I don't know, like on social media, I think it's still me, but it's just part of me. Yeah, I don't show all of me on the video. I want to keep like a part of me for my private life and offline. Yeah, because like not everything is content. Yeah, so just keep it that way.
I think it's very smart. But for me, it's different. For me, it's like my content is like a extension of me. So like when people comments
Yeah.
or feedback, I almost take it like they're attacking me versus yours, just your brand. Right? That's the tricky thing of being like
Yes.
a personal content creator.
I see. And it's very tricky too because you are the brand,
Yeah.
right? You're the face of the brand. And yeah, also it's, yeah, sometimes it's very hard to accept the hate comments. But I think if you focus on the 80% of the people who love you, they're more important than the 20 or like the 10% that people hate you because they're not paying your bills.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think you're doing a very good job right now. Just like a year doing YouTube, and then you know how to use like this type of camera. I don't even know like much about this type of camera.
Really?
I just like wing it.
You keep going. Oh, I just gotta change the thing. No, because like most people don't know. They don't think, but like
I'm not a tech girl. I'd rather have someone do it for me.
you don't talk about your situation. She might be married. She might have a partner. Who knows out there, right?
No ring yet, so.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Maybe she took it off for the video. Do you like foreign or Vietnamese?
I don't have a preference. As
But
long
you used
as,
to. You said you used to.
Yeah, I used to, but I'm not telling you.
You
because
only date Why, right?
it's in the past. It's in the past. You know, we're talking about the present.
Do you want like kids, family, very traditional, or you just want like a life partner? You don't want family?
Oh yeah, I do want family. I love kids. I love to have like a happy family. But to have a happy family, I think choosing the right partner is very important. And I don't see any rush in it.
Do you ever see the approval from your parents? Like your parents have to like your partner so then you can marry them, or no? That is not important.
I used to not believe in it.
Yeah.
But then now, I think it's very important for the people who truly care about you and know you well, approve that person.
Have you ever dated a follower?
I will not answer this question. And then when I moved back to Saigon, I was doing YouTube. So,
What does that mean?
Yeah, so I was just focusing on my job.
Yeah. Thank you for being on the show. I wish I had
getting
more
off.
raw talks because I was like, that would be so. That was my. I wanted to get everyone's on this channel to be like the most realist as themselves, not out them, but be like
Yeah.
they're more than just like a creator.